So we're in for another soaker throughout the night tonight, maybe more than a soaker, and then into tomorrow.
Yeah, it could be, a little heavy in some areas and some localized flooding issues. I mean, it's rain that we really do need, but it could come down a little too steadily and too heavily in some places and cause, some of those typical low-lying areas, flood-prone locations to become a little too saturated and maybe a little, some localized flooding issues here or there. But it is good rain that will be headed our way. The problem is a lot of it's going to fall where it's already fallen pretty heavily over the last couple of days. You see totals of easily an inch plus, some 2-inch totals west of DFW. Stephenville over 1.5 inches. Eastland over 1 3/4 inches. Mineral Wells has picked up over 2 inches. Over 2 inches and 2.5 inches is Graham. Bowie's picked up over 2 inches. 1.5 inches in Fort Worth now. 1 inch in Dallas. 1 3/4 inches in Cleburne. Well over 1 inch in Denton. McKinney almost to 1 inch there. If you haven't seen the rain that you've wanted just yet, trust me, more is on the way. But it's the saturated ground that already exists in those locations and heavy rain that's going to fall this evening and into tonight that could cause some of those localized flooding issues. So that's why DFW, everybody along I-35 into the west underneath a flood watch. Rainfall totals between now and tomorrow morning, 2 to 5 inches with maybe even some isolated amounts here or there. And here's where that heavy rain is falling at the moment, the most widespread of it anyway, to the west of DFW. Just now trying to maybe start to sneak into western Tarrant County at the moment. See some heavy rain, Eagle Mountain Lake, Decatur getting us soaking right now. Weatherford for sure getting us soaking. There you go. Anywhere from approaching Granbury to Weatherford up to Decatur at the moment. And that whole line's just going to keep slowly moving east as we head through the next several hours and into the overnight as well. Out ahead of it, some spotty rain, some downpours here or there, but nothing widespread or significant at the moment. Not really expecting much in the way of severe weather with this at all. Some lightning strikes, sure, maybe some gusty winds, but the overall severe weather threat on the low side. So there you go, 7 o'clock, moving into western DFW, kind of through DFW, at least the heaviest of which between, we'll say 6 and 10 o'clock tonight. But even as we head into the late night hours, kind of those rounds of rain will continue. But it's by tomorrow morning that most of this activity will start to move off to the east. And by daybreak tomorrow, when the sun's coming up, some lingering rain possible for DFW, but definitely the heaviest of which will move over to eastern North Texas. So there hasn't been much rain the last couple of days. So that's why the flood watch does not exist in those locations, because the ground really hasn't seen much and it's not saturated. Then during the day tomorrow, maybe a spotty shower here or there, but actually may see a little late day sunshine tomorrow. So that'll be nice to see a little bit of sun, but not expecting anything significant tomorrow afternoon and evening. In fact, most of the day will be dry. A little rain cooled air or maybe some overcast skies giving us that high of 77 at the moment, 80s across the rest of Texas. But what I want to show you is, to expand the views, we can see our next strong cold front making its way through the northern portion of the U.S. Billings, Montana, at 17 degrees right now, and even farther north in Canada, it's colder than that. And we'll see that front probably sometime Saturday night into Sunday. Sunday's high is 60, but I could see falling temperatures throughout the day on Sunday, with maybe your afternoon spent in the 50s, if not potentially even 40s in some locations. And Monday, the high only 51. So real fall weather definitely arriving just in time for Halloween. Heavy rain possible tonight, 68 for the low, and then tomorrow some morning rain or lingering showers, but the afternoon is looking mainly dry, a breezy and muggy day with a high of around 80. But that's not our only rain chances as we head through the rest of the week and into the weekend. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday will all feature scattered rain as well. Not every single one of those days will be just a washout of a day, but each one of those days will feature some rain around the area. And then you can see the effects of that front. A nice and cool Halloween and a dry Halloween in store for you. We do warm up as we head into that following weekend where we fall back, but temperatures stay about the same through the weekend with highs in the 70s most of that first full week of November there.
All right, looks good. Finally feeling like fall around here again. Thank you, Kyle.